I was in a wheelchair. I was losing the ability to spell. I was losing the ability to walk. We were getting to the point that I was going to die if we did not figure out what was going wrong. My name is Sarah Sanchez, and I have had Lyme's for 17 years. I was 18 and I was camping with some friends of mine and ended up with a weird bite on my thigh. Over the last 8 years, I continued to go downhill. I fought through every amount of fatigue and pain that I could have ever imagined, and everything from blow drying my hair or holding up a curling iron was just too extreme some days. I began to have issues that I had never even heard of, things from twitching and hair loss to gum infections, and for the last 8 years I would go into my doctor and talk to them about drawing my blood work because I knew something was wrong. It very rarely led to anything besides just treating more symptoms. My doctors continued to tell me that I had anxiety, or maybe I was overworked, or I just was not handling life stresses very well. And yet I went from functioning as a qualifying broker and running my own company to literally not being able to even spell the word real estate by the end. As the neurological conditions continued, it got to the point where my life just got really small. I was out there undergoing treatment, and within 2 weeks my pain began to dissipate for the first time in 10 or 12 years. It was completely profound, and I followed the protocol that they recommended for me, and when I started treatment, I was in a wheelchair. I could not cook, I could not write on certain times. There was occasions where I could, but I was done, and I knew it. My life has just transformed. It's beyond my wildest expectations. I am able to take care of all my kids by myself. I am, again, working part-time. I am able to do multiple events in one day, like actually go out to dinner and come home and participate in my kids' lives. And I had been bedridden for so many years that I was just very limited. I couldn't do more than one activity in a day. And within 6 months of my post-treatment, I was able to take complete care of my kids. I was able to drive again, and I have just had more energy. I feel like I'm getting my personality back because it was just consumed by the pain and the fatigue. I didn't have the stamina to smile. And now I just feel like the whole world is opening up to me because I'm not in pain for the first time. I can sleep. I'm not dependent on medication anymore. And I do spend a lot of time, a couple hours a day, doing my home protocol, and I will do it for the rest of my life if that's what it takes, because it has been so beneficial for me.